Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, madam.
Right. So, welcome after a long time. So, we had to cancel this lecture several times because of some issues that I personally had to face. So, finally, we are going to have this last session for your project management. So, we have 12 participants. So, I think we can start the session. Right. So, let me start sharing my screen. Right. So, yes, today our session is on case studies in project management. I think during last 5 to 6 sessions, uh, you learned about the basic concepts in project management, especially with regard to, managerial aspects, in a managerial point of view. So you have learned about what is project management and what are the objectives and basic concepts and the process of project management, and also about these different approaches in project management, right? So all these theoretical things. But you know that when it comes to the application side, so whenever that you have to apply these project management knowledge in your organizations, uh, you will never ask from your senior management what are the main objectives of project management, or what is a project life cycle, or what are work breakdown structures and all these things. So all these are theoretical things, right? To understand you about the process. But practically, rather than that, what you learn about this concept, so you are expected to apply this knowledge into practical world, right? So whatever the problems that you faced in your organization with regard to this project management, actually there is no a single solution, right? There is no to tell that this is that exact or very correct solution. So rather that depends on how you understand the particular issue and how you analyze that particular issue, right? Depending on that, based on your knowledge and based on your analytical skills that you have developed throughout this learning process, so you will be able to find a solution. Right. So in why we have included case studies in project management specifically, that projects are actually the practical things that you involve in your organization. So they are that even though that we learn many theoretical things related to project management, perhaps that very unique kind of approach is needed when it comes to the real world, right? Real world application. So that's why we have included at least one session about these case studies in project management. So we will be doing today. I plan to discuss about 2 case studies during this allocated time period. But I would like you all to request that you find different case studies. So you can search, you can Google and search many case studies related to project management and try to understand, because in different cases, so you can find different issues, different backgrounds. Right? So based on that, your analytical skills will be improved, right? So, so before go to study about a particular case, I would like to give you a small guide about how to analyze a case. So this is not only related to project management. Any course, any subject when you are dealing with case studies, maybe in strategic management or whatever that subject that you are doing, for case studies, so you will be needed a particular approach, right? So basically, cases are, that practical scenarios that you will be given to analyze. So there you are expected to read or to understand the entire the background, the situation, and the problems, everything that explained through that particular case, and see what are the issues, understand or explore what are the issues, and so what are the solutions that you can suggest, right? So therefore, when you are doing a case study, it is very important for you to understand the entire case very well, right? So you need to, if it is a written case study given to you, so it is very important for you to read and understand what that case exactly try to tell you, try to explore, right? Sorry, right? So there are, so you have to clearly, you have to read the entire case and get an understanding about what the exact problem. Sometimes in examination based, or that when you're doing case studies, they're not giving directly what the case is. They're just giving some symptoms of the problem, right? So they don't know exactly what has gone wrong. So that's why it has become a case for us to analyze. So they are just highlighting some symptoms of the issue. So we need to understand, we need to realize, so what are these symptoms and why these particular symptoms arise, due to what reasons. So these are based on your analytical skills. When you are carefully reading the case, you'll be able to understand some hidden points given in the case, right? So it is therefore very important for you to make notes when you are reading the case. We'll take, for an example, in your exam, if you are given a case study. So when you are reading the case, so you know that sometimes the cases are like 3 to 4 pages, right? So when you are reading the entire thing, so perhaps when you are coming to the end of the case, that you might forget the points that you read at the beginning, if the case is too long, right? So therefore, it is important for you to make notes, go highlight certain points, right? So if you can identify certain issues, so make a note on that. So try to highlight that. And when you are reading the rest of the case, you can understand that there are some other points also to support the issues that you identified earlier, right? So try to make notes and highlight those points. So try to understand the key words given in the case, right? So with all these things, you will be able to to get a clear understanding about what this particular case is trying to tell you, right? With that, so when you have enough information only, you are in a position to make some recommendations or make some suggestions or find a solution for the problem that is hidden in that particular case study. So, and the second point is, so when you are coming to the analysis part, so after reading the entire thing, you are expected to provide a solution, right? So for that, to provide a solution, you will have to analyze the case. So in the analysis part, you have to identify, list down the main issues, main issues hidden or highlighted in your case. So maybe 2 to 5 issues. It's not a single issue, right? Small symptoms related to specific issues. So you need to identify these issues and have a list of these issues, preferably 2 to 5 issues, even though that they have given so many issues in the or so many symptoms in the case. There may be some very, you can consider some issues as key points, key issues. So try to understand those issues and list them down. Then, so you will have to ask yourself, why are they really here? So why these issues are here? Why these symptoms arise, right? So due to what reasons? It's like a cause effect analysis. So effect is given, you will be able to understand what are the causes. To understand that, you will have to, get an idea about the nature of the company, right? Nature of that particular organization, nature of that particular issue, right? So related to what sort of, projects this issue is related, right? So all these things matter for you to understand why these symptoms arise. Then the next point is, what effect do they have on the company? Certain effects they have highlighted in the case. In addition to that, you will be able to understand if these particular symptoms exist further. So what will happen, right? That means how severe, how strong these issues uh, prevailing in that particular company, right? Then who has the blame for them? Right? You need to understand, or you also need to understand who are responsible for each of these issues that you identified in the case study, right? All these things are important for you to find a solution. So in your analysis, uh, identifying all these things are really important. Then determine needed changes and potential solutions. So by analyzing all these things, so carefully, you should try to relate each and every issue or each and every symptom to other related information that you found out in your case. So with that only, you will be able to identify the exact issue hidden in that particular case and determine what changes or what solutions that you can provide, right? So perhaps you can now in your organization in uh, practical experience, when you are doing, if you are given a case to handle, so you can discuss with your colleagues also, right? Maybe you can interview others, or you can discuss with the people who involved in that to get certain information, right? Because the case in the practical world, the case is not given to you in a written format. So you will have to, go and study everything. So information have to be collected through different sources. Maybe you will have to interview people, maybe you will have to read some documents. So anyhow, you have to collect information to identify the issue, right? So then you'll be able to find different solutions. So you can use your knowledge about project management, what you have learned so far, and your experience, past experience. So then you can apply these into practical solutions, and then finally you can find the best solution, best option, right? So this is the process, right? So you know that so in if you take in the practical world, in organizations, about 70% of projects, even though they complete, about 70% of projects are not able to achieve all three main objectives of a project. So you know that what are three main objectives? That is cost, scope, and time. So at least one of these objectives will not be achieved, right? About 70% of projects. So that is the reality. So you know that all these projects are, administered or implemented by organizations, and they are assigned a specialist or experts to manage all these projects, but still there are some issues. So each and every issue that you find in your organization give you a lesson. So that's why when we are in the theory that we learn, and when we are discussing about this project life cycle, we are having the last stage or last phase of project life cycle, that is project closure. There we are talking about lessons learned, right? So we need to gather, if possible, keep them recorded, the lessons learned throughout the process. So these lessons learned actually is very important for the future projects. So whenever they find a similar issue, they will be able to refer those lessons learned by previous projects and use those information in their projects, right? So that's why actually that, because you know that the whatever the problems that you find in practical world are not common, right? So these are very specific problems arise due to specific reasons. So therefore we cannot exactly tell these are the problems that will arise when you are when we are doing practical projects. So the problems may be in different forms, right? So therefore case studies actually are very important for you to understand that the situation very well, because we cannot expect everything will be smoothly implemented, because we are working with human beings, right? So all this project management and everything, even though that there is a science aspect, right? Even though there's a technical aspect, so people are involved in this, right? So because of this human behavior, uncertainty, very specifically related to project management, and sometimes with poor decision making and unexpected risks, kind of things, right? So with all these things, we cannot expect all the projects will smoothly go on, right? So therefore, it is important for you to understand different cases and different issues that you may find in when you're implementing cases. So case study is actually important because that helps you to bridge theory and practice. Whatever you learned in theory will be able to transform into the practical world and see to what extent you can bridge these two, right? That is one benefit of case studies. And then this also help to develop decision making, right? So not that whatever that you learn in theory, you can just study and memorize and do. But you know that practical world, you will have to take decisions, right? You have to make decisions based on the situation. So for these things, developing analytical skill is very important. So you can develop your analytical skills by, engage in these case studies like this. And also, another important thing that we need to understand is, for different cases, there is no a particular, that one correct answer, right? So there is no one particular correct answer, because the cases are different. Situations are different. The issues are different. So depending on the particular environment, and even though that there are many, best solutions, you will not be able to apply all these best solutions. There are some other practical constraints as well, right? In the organization, maybe with regard to funding, or with regard to, there are some certain solutions, even though they are very good, the practical ability is very less. So therefore, there is no any single correct answer. So that depends on the analytical skill of the team who is involved in this analysis, and also depending on the resources and everything, right? So that answers may be different. And your exam also, if you get a case study, so we don't expect a similar. There is no particular model answer, right? So depending on how you argue on that, depending on how you justify that particular issue and solution and everything, so you can come up with your own solution. So that is all about case studies, right? So now we are going to do a case study during this session. So I want you to, the case I will be showing in this slideshow, and also I'll be uploading that to the chat as well. And you carefully go through the entire case, and I'll be making breakout rooms since we have 15 participants, we can have 3 breakout rooms. So we'll see that these 3 breakout rooms I'll be opening. Then you, for each group, there'll be 5 participants. You can discuss within the group. You can brainstorm and you can come up with your own solutions. So I hope that you 3 groups will come up with different 3 solutions, right? So finally, after everything, we will be discussing the exact solution made by the particular company. So these are real birth examples, cases. So that's how the session organized for today. Right. So, right. This is the case, right? So I'll upload the case to this chat also. I have uploaded the case, the Word document to the chat also. So I'll be making 3 breakout rooms. Assign automatically since Please go to join your breakout rooms. Richard, you can join room 2. Gayan, what happened? You just joined? Oh, you were in the group?
Hi, Professor. Yeah, I just joined.
Yes, I have given a small assignment in breakout rooms. Shall I
Okay.
send you to group number 1 then?
That's fine. Yes.
Okay, give me 1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Sijit, you are back to the main session. So we'll see
Yeah.
meet until
Yeah.
others join. Right. I think all join to the main session. So let me once again share my screen. Hope you all can see the slide I'm sharing, the case, cities PMO in a box. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, okay. So we'll start then from group number 1, who is going to present?
I'm Loganathan, madam. I have a group discuss and identify the issues or challenges in this scenario. There are lack of centralized project management office. The second one, the temporary and consultant driven project management office, that each regions they have separate developments also they are. Then third one, inconsistent program management practice. They are not collaboratively develop their needs. And duplication effort also they are due to that. Then if the limited they are together, they are not create any solution. Therefore, that is limited internal capability or experience. They are not among them. They are not share their issues and identify the solution. And they face the difficulty manage across their cross-functional programs. And there are also demand or pressure for the increasing regulatory complaint, no? Due to the challenges. Then overcome through the challenges. Suggestion is first that enterprise, that whole their divisions should come under the one umbrella and establish the one program management office. The second one, develop one program for all solutions, like one window system, like that. Customized program management, they should develop that. Then if they come under the one umbrella, then their capability and experience will enhance their develop their solutions. Then they implement the next one. They should implement at least a program manager with the that's been several knowledgeable person, and they should have a career path also. Then they finally they should they are able to strengthen the governance and regulatory alignment. So the suggestion, madam.
Right.
Suggestion
Okay.
is also.
So what are the key points, key issues that, key points that you have considered to come up with this solution?
Actually, they are what is simply said, they are not a teamwork. There is several what called, they have different service providing, even different regions, but they are not think about their total solution service.
Right. Okay, Loganathan, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, madam.
Right. So we'll see how others, what other solutions others have identified. Group number 2, who is going to present? Who are the participants of room 2? Kasun?
Madam, I will present.
All right.
So here, in this case, we see challenges as because of this PMO issue, they lost their knowledge. When when they work together, due to the poor coordination, they are not willing to get their knowledge in the best level, and we see and the lack of standardized project process here, and delays in the project due to the lack of coordination.
Okay. Yes. What else?
And as a solution, we see the best thing is to establish a centralized PM office and give some trainings to the employees regarding project management practices. And
Yes. So what is your solution? What you're suggesting?
establishing a centralized PM office and establish a proper coordination system to monitor the projects.
Okay. So what do you expect from a centralized project management office?
Because when you do a project, there are several teams involved into that to develop a solution. And due to lack of coordination, there should be someone to coordinate them properly. That is important to get proper system, proper solution. Therefore, that is how throughout the project management office overcome this challenge.
Right, okay. So anything else that you want to add? Any other members from room number 2? Right. So then we'll go to room number 3. So it's going.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Vijita, yes.
Yeah, also our members discussed and found the challenges, what I'm now going to talk. First one is decentralization of project management office. And number 2, material recreation is time consuming, which will lead to duplication of work. And then the third one, employees lack the in-depth experience, which could be used for future projects. And further, employees also lack the knowledge that could be gained through the projects, which also could be used for future projects. And then lack of history of the project, because history has not been maintained. So the solutions that we submit forward is what I'm now going to talk. First one is centralize the project management office, because these are global and complex initiatives. So when it comes to global large projects, you need centralized project management office, because you may bring in people from various nook and corner of the world to be working in that, and a lot of consultants may come. And as it has suggested already in the challenges, the consultants are coming from various areas, and they will work for a specific period and then they will go. So therefore, the centralized system is required. Then the maximum use of same consultant. Now, in this case, we see the knowledge and experience that they're gaining is lost, because you bring in a consultant and they work for a specific period, and then they move off. So and when it comes to similar projects in future, they will not be available perhaps. Instead, there will be some other consultant will come in. So that will that will affect the maintaining of the experience and then the gaining of knowledge, which could be utilized for future. So as much as possible, maximum use of same consultants is a requirement. And then try and create a database to preserve materials for projects to be used in future projects. Now, in this case, this leads to unnecessary time consumption and then duplication of work. So, if you can maintain kind of that's our suggestion. There may be some other suggestions, and so that you can preserve whatever going to be the remnants of previous projects could be utilized then for future projects, thereby saving time and saving duplication. I mean, then as much as possible, same employees to be used, because when you are using different employees for similar project, then their experience that they have obtained through previous projects may not be there. So therefore, maximum use of same employees for similar projects, and then further train them, and then maintain a database to maintain a history of the project, so that what kind of period, the time consumption for the previous projects, and then utilizations of material, and then how many consultants and what kind of consultants have been used for the project, etc. So a lot of information can be gathered by maintaining a database for the project. So these are our solutions, ma'am.
Right. Okay. Good. Right. Thank you for all three groups. I think you had a very good time that when you discuss with each other, so you can brainstorm, right? So whenever that, even though this is a very obvious thing that they have given, it's actually a simple case study. So there are a lot of viewpoints come out when you are discussing with each other, right? Now, whatever that you have suggested, all three groups have, they are valid, very valid reasons, valid solutions. So as I said earlier, that for cases in actual world, there is no any single solutions, right? Solution. So that's why that you three, even though that it's quite, similar answers, but you three had several differences as well in your solutions. Now we'll see what actually that they have in this particular case study, what they have done and how they have resolved this issue, right? So starting with the thing that I wanted you to, when you are given a case study, for you to understand what are the key points that they have given. Now, so when you are reading this, you can see now this says that first explain about the particular organization, that is city, right? They say it is it's a company, global organization related to finance, right? Particularly it's a bank, right? And it says to highlight the how complex the projects or initiatives that they are implementing. So they have given some clues here, right? So like if you take here in this background information that they have given, Citi is the largest financial services corporation with 16,000 officers and operations in more than 160 countries. So that says that when a company is operating in 160 countries, it's a very large scale organization. It's a very big global organization. And 16,000 officers are, so they have 16,000 officers. So that shows how complex their operations are and how complex the activities or the projects that they are conducting. And so from that, you can get some other hidden information also. Like now, since this is a financial sector organization, so when these organizations are operating in different countries, especially that finance is a regulated type of business, right? So that the particular rules and regulations in different countries affect the operations in different countries. So therefore, whenever you are this kind of companies implementing projects, sometimes they will have to abide by the regulations in that particular country as well, even though it is a single organization. So they will have to abide by the rules and regulation applied in different countries, right? So that shows how complex their activities are and to what extent they need a coordination, right? So that all highlights those things, even though that they have not given those. So with these clues, we can understand how complex the operations of this kind of organization, right? And also it says a number of project managers work in city's chief technology office and are responsible for optimizing the management of systems supporting global functions such as compliance, risk, and finance. So this kind of organization especially will have to engage in some compliance projects. Right, if you can remember that when we are discussing about this project, what is this project identification, we identified there are different types of projects to implement in a particular year. When we are discussing about this project portfolio management, right? So there are compliance projects. These are must, right? Within a particular period, within a specified period, you will have to implement those things. So therefore, we cannot simply consider about the projects that they are implementing, even though that when you go through the entire thing, you can understand that they haven't have a proper mechanism to manage all these projects, right? So they have not, even though they are very important, very crucial projects, so they have not a proper mechanism to operate them successfully. And also, what are the other key points? So these project managers discovered that there was not sufficient guidance on how key project management activities should be performed. So that is also there. So even though these activities are complex and these projects are very crucial, still they don't have that mechanism, as I said earlier. And there is no, central point for them to get the guidance, right? So, and another point that you can see, yes. Under challenges, they have mentioned several years ago, the Chief Technology Office. So they had, instead of Project Management Office, they have a Chief Technology Office, right? So they, this Chief Technology Office did not have a centralized project management office in place, but rather initiative project management officers. So which were typically made up of a group of consultants brought on for a specific period of time to help mobilize the initiatives. I think Vichita also explained very well that about this temporary arrangement, right? So they had a temporary arrangement. So in this how do they call this as a Chief Technology Office? They don't have a centralized project management office. Instead, they say that initiative project management officers. So they have established that with some consultants. They are also temporary, right? So on contract basis, so that they are just coming into the organization and give some consultancies with regard to whatever the issues that they face, and they leave. Right? So once the job is over, they leave. So therefore, they know any knowledge that they, retain within the organization, because they are outsiders. They come and just provide the solution. They just consult them. Then they leave. Right? The knowledge is with them. So whenever that internal people are not involved in this process, whenever they are not, capable or knowledgeable about handling all these project management related issues, so that knowledge is not created within the organization. So that is the main issue that they find. So that whenever you read this entire thing, you understand, and very clearly, obviously, they are talking about they don't have a centralized project management office. Then we are suggesting, yes, having a centralized project management office is the solution. But they might have some reasons or something for them to not to have centralized project management office, right? So we don't know that. There may be some reasons. But now, actually what has happened, what was the solution that they have come up with is, now you can understand that with the title of this case study, Cities Project Management Office in a Box, right? So that gives you a clue, right? So that says they don't have a physical project management office, right? So we have learned about project management office having that centralized place, centralized physical place to coordinate all the projects implemented by a particular organization. But here in this case study, they're not specifically talking about a centralized, physical project management office.
Ma'am,
Yes.
is it okay to interrupt?
Yes,
I
sure.
I feel that is to cut cost, because it's costly to maintain a
exactly.
PMO.
Yes,
Even
yes, please.
within the country, you find it difficult to maintain a centralized office, because you have to take care of the officers who are involved in that particular office. So directors and managers, etc. So it's
Yes.
costly, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that may be one of the reasons, because this city is a huge company, it's a big organization, global organization. So even though despite all these complexities and everything, so we have to think about why they don't have a physical centralized project management office. Maybe cost cutting is, as Sujit is correctly suggested, one reason. Sometimes maybe the complexity of the projects that they implement, because most of the projects, as they clearly mention in this somewhere, I noticed that they are compliance related projects, right? Whenever that compliance related projects, so they are very specific to the region or the country that they are implementing that. So in that case, when projects are very complex, it is very difficult to sometimes manage in a centralized place, right? So maybe that is another reason. So in addition to that, there may be some other reasons as well. So that may be why they are not having this physical centralized office. So what they have done is, actually, in this case study, in this particular incident, they have developed a project management office. That particular concept they have transformed into a written format. So actually, that Project Management Institute, they have a guide book, that is Project Management Body of Knowledge. So that contains all the aspects with regard to project management, how to start the project, and how to develop the project charter, and how the objectives are defined. So how to develop the breakdown structures and different methodologies, different project management tools. So a lot of things are discussed in this project management body of knowledge, but it is a general one, right? So that is applicable to, generally considering about projects. But when it comes to a particular organization, the implementation process depends on the nature of the particular organization. Now, this is a finance company, right? So the particular projects that they are implementing is related to, compliance related things and some other finance related things. So that may not be specifically covered in this project management body of knowledge. And also whatever the experience that they gain through in previous projects, what we learned in these lessons learned that we are going to record. So that may be a very good point for the future projects teams to get an idea about how to develop the project charter, and what should be included in the project, what information should be included in the project charter, and certain procedures that they have to follow when we are, trying to get approval for certain things, different documents, some of your groups suggested about that the rework that they will have to do because of these materials, that since they don't have a centralized place, the materials are recreated, right? So because all these things happen because that they don't have a centralized body of knowledge. So even that if you have a physical project management office, that means it's a centralized knowledge center, right? So that that everything, whatever how other projects implemented, and what are the lessons that they learned, what problems that they faced, and how they resolve all these things. So if we have put them all these things in a particular central place, that is the project management office, centralized project management office. But what they have done is actually they have created this project management office in a written format. Since this project management body of knowledge developed by Project Management Institute is general, so they have developed their own specific related to their projects. They have developed this body of knowledge. So that's why they have, they have named that project management office as project management office in a box. So it's like a manual that contains everything starting from the beginning to the end of the project. So what are the things that they should follow? It's a kind of, as I think Vijita said, something related to database, right? It's kind of a database, right? So it's a gathering of knowledge related to all the activities. Now we'll see exactly what is the solution. Now here you can see City's solution was to create a single resource project management office in a box that would outline processes in alignment with Project Management Institute's a guide to the project management body of knowledge. That is the general handbook of from the Project Management Institute. So it would provide cities project managers with basic guidelines on key project management deliverables and behaviors. Right? That these are very specific to their organization. So while it provides guidelines on the majority of knowledge areas in the project management body of knowledge guide, Project Management Office in a box emphasizes the 5 fundamentals of project management. So now they have classified their knowledge areas into main 5 categories like scope, time, risk, issue, and change management. With respect to these 5 knowledge areas, they have gathered all the required documents, how the processes and procedures and issues that the previous projects faced, and how they have overcome. So all these things were included there. So because it is a large financial organization that is always audited, City has always had project and program procedures in place which represent the minimum requirements from a process and artifact perspectives. However, Project Management Office in a box is a supplemental document and provides additional guidance on how to do certain things. It's not like kind of everything is there, right? So whatever the areas that you will find difficult, right? Now, earlier, in this organization, the project team doesn't have anybody to get, advice or, guidance to implement their project, whatever the problems that they face. So they identified that as a main obstacle in the organization with regard to project management. So they, to address these issues only, they have identified these 5 knowledge areas and gathered all the knowledge, the documents and everything related to those. So they consider that as a supplemental document and provides additional guidance, right? It goes beyond traditional standards and procedures, which tell employees what to do and when to do it in the project life cycle, but not how to do it, right? Because so you can say when to do that and what to do, but you cannot say how to do it because it depends on the particular project, right? Depends on the particular project. So examples they have given what element should go into a project charter. sorry, and why they are important, then instructions and examples on how to create work breakdown structures. So these are the areas that they find some difficulties, right? When the members in the case study, they have said that members are, shifting. I mean, once a project is over, they are put into another different project. So they are that in the previous project also, the knowledge that they have gathered is sometimes so they implemented the project with a lot of issues, right? So because they didn't have anybody to guide them, right? So once they complete the project, if they can, record whatever the lessons that they learn, so that actually very helpful when they're developing this kind of manual, right? So then risk category examples and what constitutes high, medium, and low risk. That is a major issue that that project team has to face when they are implementing some projects, especially this kind of organization. So how to identify the risk categories and how to categorize them like high, medium, and low, right? So those things that examples are given. So kind of these things that you can read and understand the significance of escalation to senior management, the importance of establishing change control at the start of the project. So those kind of knowledge areas were gathered in a centralized place. So that is not a physical office. So it's a kind of a manual. So they named that as the project management office in a box, right? So that was the solution. Actually, the result was city implemented project management office in a box with approximately 100 project managers in the chief technology office as part of its project management awareness week. Since then, so not only that, it's not simply developing that manual. For that, they had some other initiatives as well. So they had a awareness week, project management awareness week. So to develop this particular manual, they got the support from 100 project management in their chief technology office, because they are a little familiar with what they have done so far. And it has seen a noticeable improvement in delivering its project goals and objectives on time and on budget. Additionally, governance and escalation models have improved communication. And so likewise, they had some training sessions to make aware the everybody about how to use the manual as well. So with that, they were able to overcome most of the issues that they faced earlier, right? So that was the incident. Now, this is what they have actually did, but the solutions that you came up with are also very valid, because so the idea is that actually, since they don't have a centralized project management office, so having that kind of centralized place to coordinate all these activities is very important. So that is the so those are different alternative solutions, right? So if you were in that particular organization, you may suggest all these things, but what they have actually done was this, right? Okay, now so we are going to have we are going to the next case. For this, actually, I'm not going to put you into the breakout rooms, because some are leaving when they are put into the breakout rooms. So you can simply go through this and come up with your own solutions, right? So then we'll discuss that later. So we'll take about 10 to 15 minutes to read this and come up with your own solution. So then after that, we'll have a brainstorm session. So you all can come up with your own explanation on analysis and solution, right? Okay, you can start now. Right. I think you had time to go through the case, and we'll see any volunteer to provide the solution.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So over here now they are doing 5 acquisitions, and then they need all the client companies to go through a system migration as well.
Okay.
So I think the first thing, even though there might be already project managers within the company, it's important that we will define the responsibilities and then accountability for each team involved in each acquisitions and then new implementations.
Exactly. Yes.
Then, as they have mentioned here, that they need better monitoring, control, and reporting. So we can come up with using project dashboards. Then we can do the real-time tracking of the milestones, and then the resource allocations, budget, everything will be visible through
Yes.
project dashboards. The other thing, in my company, we have done this acquisitions, and then what we have done is we had the weekly progress reviews with the relevant stakeholders.
Yeah.
So if there are any risks, we can address them as early as possible. The other thing, risk management framework should be in place, like contingency plans, because when we are dealing with like 26 separate client companies, and there might be delays can happen, a lot of things can happen. So we need, some clients may leave us, things like that can happen. Because of that, we need to assign risk owners and manage the risk register. Things like that should be done. And the other thing we did is that to have a change management team, because now a lot of companies are going through system migration and those changes. So there should be someone like change champions within each acquired company to facilitate the transition smoothly. The other thing is that escalation protocols also should be implemented. Then the stakeholders know, like, if something goes wrong, where they should escalate, because that thing will help us to maintain the relationship strongly until the acquisitions are completed, I would say.
Right. Right. Thank you, Tushara. So, yeah, it's a really good solution. So, anybody else who can add or have some different solutions, different ideas? Others? Asanka? Nuwan? Vijita?
Yeah, ma'am. Of course, we can agree with Tushara's suggestions, and I also feel that there should be a good coordinating center that should be able to coordinate this acquisition properly. When it comes to acquisition, it's not only human resources but also there may be other properties to be acquired right throughout. So you may require very active and very capable coordinating center to coordinate it. Perhaps you may decentralize it uh, for convenience purpose. But however, you may need that coordinating centers in addition to what she has mentioned.
Yes, exactly. Now, as both of you correctly said, that the central issue here is actually that the project teams, the members of the project teams have not assigned their responsibilities properly. They have not identified their responsibilities properly. Right, so that's why that they highlight that they are in need of a mid-course correction, because some projects are already delayed and some projects are over budget, right? So they need real solution. So why all these projects are going to be like it's kind of a failure, right? It's not going to be 100%. Successfully implementing. So that's why. What the main issue that we can identify in this case is actually that the members of the project teams, they have not assigned, or they have not properly coordinated or communicated with the responsibilities that they have assigned. So they have not properly, developed and communicated the schedules and these work breakdown structures and everything. And that's why that most of the activities are over budget and delayed, right? So here also now you can see now in this company, it's a American-based company. It's not a insurance company who are providing some insurance facilities, but they are like claim management company, right? So they are handling all these type of claims and everything, this medical leave and all these. The clients are like companies, maybe like some government sector organizations, right? So they are just doing that middleman service. So in this company, actually, that is also very, complex kind of a company, because they are involved in a lot of activities, right? So they are specializing workers' compensation, disability, and the family and medical leave act related some compliance and everything. And so managed care, general automobile, and all these related insurance related and warranty and credit card claims related services, right? And fraud and investigations. So all these things are like they are involving. It's very complex. So, and they said that the challenge they are facing is that in a particular point they are involved in multiple projects. So when they are handling all these projects, so we can relate this the centralized project management office also here. So if they have a proper mechanism to coordinate and manage all these projects, so these kind of issues will not perhaps arise, right? Even though that so in a particular point, they are they have started several projects, right, simultaneously. So for those the projects to successfully complete, they need a proper coordination and also a proper decentralization, assign duties and responsibilities to specific project teams as well as each member of each project. So that is very important. That's what we can understand when we are reading about their challenge, right? So we'll see what is the exact solution. What that Tushara discussed was exactly what I think, related to what they have actually done. So they realized that these coordination related issues and duties and responsibility related issues. So with that, they have come up with this kind of solution. Now here you can see the company partnered with Project Management Solutions, that is a consultancy company, to provide project management and consulting, right? So now this what is this particular company? This claims management company. It's they are not specialized with this project management related things, right? So even though that they have started multiple projects to implement simultaneously, they are not they don't have a good experience with regard to this project management. They don't have experts also with regard to project management. That's what we can understand. Sorry. So in the case background, so what they have done was actually they got the support from a consultancy company, Project Management Solutions. After assessing the health of the various programs, projects, project management solutions, that consultancy company made several key recommendations and supported the delivery of these initiatives on several fronts. For the major acquisition, the project team consolidated all decision-making responsibility with the project sponsor, appointed a technology champion, and improved the understanding of roles and responsibilities by developing a formal responsibility matrix. So when we are discussing about this the work breakdown structures and all these things, we are discussing about something called responsibility matrix, and that human resource related, how we are going to assign duties and responsibilities to different members in the project team. So RACI matrix, if you can remember that, I don't know whether I in my session I discussed with you, or maybe the Dr. Madhu might have discussed with you. So that RACI matrix actually discuss who is responsible, who is accountable, and who should be consultant with regard to different activities, right? So everything related to human resource management aspect is discussed under this responsibility matrix. So the developing that is very important. So since they don't have much experience with regard to this project management activities, so having this responsibility matrix give the project team members a clear picture about what is expected from them, right? So then it is easy for them to carry out their assigned roles, assigned works. So if so, actually, then these kind of issues may not arise. So these actions clarified accountability and responsibility throughout all levels of the project, improving decision-making as well as delivery effectiveness of the project team. Then project management solutions that the consultancy company provided a senior program manager dedicated to the implementation of claims administration services for a new retail client. So for that particular project, they provided a senior program that is we can say project manager, specifically assigned to the implementation of this particular project, right? Because that is a very complex project, and they have highlighted how important that particular project to them. So for that, so what they suggested was, their solution was to assign a particular, very specific senior project manager dedicated to that particular project. So they work together to integrate and coordinate multiple work streams, including groups from business, operations, marketing, implementation, real estate, and technology. So combining all these things, so this project manager were able to coordinate with all these people related to all these activities. Then standardized documentation was created for individual work stream, supporting and shared with other team members, and an integrated program level master plan was developed. Now, for this kind of organization, actually, these are in a particular time only they have initiated all these projects, but they are very unique kind of projects, right? Though they are very complex, they are very unique. So therefore, it is not, not necessary to have, internal people to handle all these projects. So getting the support from a particular consultancy service may be sufficient, right? Because they are one-time projects. So therefore, they have taken the support or the consultancy from this particular organization, particular company. So then mentoring and formal training was provided by this consultancy service to this claims management company. There are project managers involved in these project initiatives, improving key monitoring and control aspects such as meeting management, communication, because that it was very clear in the case background when we are reading that the proper coordination and understanding of their responsibilities and what actually the company expected from each individual member was not very clear, right? The project charters may not be very clear. So because of all these things, what this consultancy company suggested was to mentoring, or provide a training to all these project managers about team meeting management and communication, because in project management we learned when we are discussing, when we are, I mean, studying about these theoretical aspects, communication is a very crucial aspect in project management, because a particular team is assigned this implementation process, and within the team also this coordination is very important, right? Because everybody has should have assigned responsibilities. So otherwise the final result will not be an expected result. We cannot achieve the expected results. So, and also this project team needs to communicate with the top management and related clients and everybody. So this the stakeholder management is, so communication is a very there's a big role to play with this communication. Therefore, how to communicate with these different stakeholders, and how this meeting management, and so all these kind of things were incorporated in their training programs. So over 100 colleagues attended the workshops and utilized the project toolkit developed exclusively for them. So they suggested some project toolkits, like some methods that these are very specific to these projects. So they provided some training programs to these project team members about how to handle all these issues. So then to improve the development efforts supporting the acquisition, an agile methodology was introduced. Actually, you know what is agile methodology? That is the particular project management approach, which is like iterative project management approach. So once you, there's nowhere, I mean like a very specific, very hard plan to implement the project. So you are having a kind of a plan, and you are implementing that. Then you are getting the feedback from different stakeholders and make the improvements and go to the next step. So in this agile type of approach, you have some manageable cycles, right? We call them as sprints. So with this kind of mechanism will introduce to these complex projects. So with these things, they were able to complete their programs, their projects successfully, right? So the results was actually they were able to manage all these issues that they faced during this implementation, all these delays and everything, were able to manage and successfully complete all the projects, right? So that was the solution that they have found out. So what you suggested, Tushara and others, that I think so you came up with some related ideas. So so this was the actual solution that they found. Right. So I think this is what actually I plan to discuss with you today. So we had 15 members, participants at the beginning. So now we have only 10, except me, only 9. Right. So any question or any clarification you need? I think so all the sessions are already completed. Only this was pending. Now this is also done. Now it's time for you to get ready for the exam, right? So for the exam also, there will be a case study. In addition to that, some theory-related questions will also be there, right? So if you have any question or any clarification, we can discuss now. Right, if not, so we can wind up the session. So this will be the final session. Yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Indeed,
Right.
this is very valuable and very informative. And the series of lectures conducted by you made us more knowledgeable in this area, because I experienced, smaller scale projects here in Sri Lanka. So I found all these things, and as you correctly said, there are no solutions. There are no written specific solution for this. And when it comes to human resources, of course, their behavior has much more affected on projects that are being done here in our country. So this is a very good series of lectures. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
your
my
effort
pleasure.
and contribution.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Right. So then we'll wind up the session. Wish you all the best for your exams. So if you have if you need any further clarification or any information or anything related to this course, you can contact me at any time. So you can send me an email, right? So okay then, thank you very much. Wish you all the best for your exam.
Thank you, ma'am, and good night.
Good night.
Thank you, madam. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Good night.